pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now rush. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 39 yards there, a big one.
They scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now, he's absolutely shredding them.
On 1st down, Carr. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Play fake. Here's Rush. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Halftime here on a Monday night. As we sit, well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the 3rd quarter we march. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And he's got this down to the 35. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Rush. And he can't escape, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
And this one too low. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Saints are going to have it at their own 8-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling finding room at midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, it's Carr escaping the pressure right. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now it's Miller running right. No big surprise. Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Rush's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time. Looking to throw. Rush. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down. Back to throw. Rush. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with some. Rush working from the gun. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They're going for it. Rush. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Down to the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dante Pettis, 58 yards. And the Saints are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. The Saints offense and Derek Carr, they're still on the field, so they figure to go for 2 here. They'll try and run it in with Miller. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The right kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent. Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, rush. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are right back in this football game. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2nd and 5. Here's Carr. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Carr now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Hit as he throws there, incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back at their own 17. So that, a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score. But all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
It's complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Saints are right back in this football game. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching it.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 70 yards. And the Saints use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. That one on the guard, Cesar Ruiz. So with the lead now at 4, they'll try to go for 2 to at least get it to 6 with a 2-point conversion. Carr will look to throw. It's caught at the 1. And he is into the end zone as that pushes the lead up to 6. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Back to throw, Rush. High throw, but the catch is made.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And we are tied. They return it to the house. And now Charles, the extra point, can give them the lead.
And they did it on defense. What a play.
So you're down by 6, hoping your defense would make a big play. I think this qualifies as a big play made.
Without a doubt.
And he will get in to take the lead. The conversion is successful. And now it'll be up to the defense to hold this 2-point lead. I don't want to bash the man with the controls, but why do you go for 2 there? You only needed 1.
Yeah, the only thing I can think is they thought they had a 2-point play that they knew was going to get in for them, and they wanted to go ahead and run it. Or maybe they just got confused on their chart, because everyone keeps that chart about when to go for 2, when to go for 1. Maybe that got confused a little bit.
Or maybe they're just an arrogant gamer.
So time for Carr and the Saints.
Down by 2. 1:46 to go. How costly of an interception will that be? It's time to find out. 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive.
Inside the 10.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Saints have taken a 4th quarter lead.
A big spot now for the Saints as
they'll turn to Kamara.
And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your linemen surge and fire out.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot. Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch them.
And that is caught. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
And he will get in to take the lead. The conversion is successful, and now it'll be up to the defense to hold this 2-point lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now all the focus shifts over to the Saints. Trailing by 2. 53 ticks to go. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Carr. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, remaining on the clock. Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Throwing his Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. The Saints offense and Derek Carr, they're still on the field, so they figure to go for 2 here. They'll turn to Kamara. And he is not going to get to the goal line. And for the first time here this afternoon, they are thwarted on the 2-point conversion.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into their mind, right, why they went for 2 there, even though they were unsuccessful. With this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, in less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now they've got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good. And far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.